Welcome to the Workshop Guru video tutorial number 1 on using our schedule feature and setting goals for success in your workshops. Thanks so much for joining Workshop Guru. We want you to get the most out of your membership right away, and so we're going to talk about how to use workshops strategically and how to use our site to save some time and money on your workshops. So the first step is actually not to go and sign up for a bunch of workshops. The first step to having a strategic workshop strategy is to decide on your goal. What do you want to accomplish in the next 6 months? Where do you want to increase your auditions? So we will work through a goal of mine, which is to book a guest star on a 1-hour series. So the first thing I want to do is to brainstorm 10 projects that contain those credits. I have some ideas of shows that I think with my casting I would be perfect for, and so I'm going to make a list of 10 of those. Then you're going to find casting director and casting associate names using castingabout.com. I'm going to show you how to get some free access to that service. Then you're going to check for workshops with those people on the workshopguru.com, and if the casting directors and associates are accessible via workshops, you will add them to your target list and move forward from there. So let's take a look at Casting About. But first, just in case you aren't a Casting About member yet, I want to let you know that you can access a free 7-day trial of Casting About by going to www.castingabout.com/guru. Now, Casting About is an online resource for all of the production information for television, film, commercials, and theater in New York and Los Angeles. So it is a wonderful resource, whether or not you are using Workshop Guru, honestly. But we want you to be able to access it for free while you're creating your target list, because it really is a crucial part of using our service. So let's take a look at Casting About. You can even use Casting About to brainstorm your list. So say I have an idea of a few shows, but I'm not quite sure of 10. You can use their filtering service, so I'm looking at 1-hour shows. I want to include projects that are active, so that might mean they're casting, that might mean they're on hiatus, but it doesn't include shows that have been canceled, which is nice. As I take a look through this list, I really like Castle. I'm going to try to get on that. I would like Criminal Minds. I love The Following. Let's see. Grey's Anatomy might be a good one for me. So that's a good start, right? So I want you to come up with 10 of those that fit kind of where you fit in and fit with your goal, whatever your goal is, whether it's a co-star on a comedy or a guest star on a drama or whatever. Maybe you want to do some regional theater, and so that your goal is going to be around that. In that case, you should look at those projects. So let's take a look at the list that I came up with. So I've got Castle, Criminal Minds, The Following, Grey's Anatomy. I'm also going to add NCIS Los Angeles, and you're going to add 5 more. For the sake of time, we'll look at these 5. Now the next step is to take a look at who exactly is casting these shows, right? So let's take a look at Castle. So here I can see that Kendra Castleberry is a casting director, Donna Rosenstein, David Alex Miller. So all of these people would be great people to meet. Let's take a look at Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, I've got April Webster and Scott David, along with Lisa Zambetti. These are all people who can help me learn more about what it's like to audition for this show. Let's take a look at The Following. Following, I have Greg Orson and Leslie. I've got Stacy, Taylor Singerman, and Joanna Davis. Let's look at NCIS. For NCIS, I have Susan Bluestein and Jason Kennedy, and their associates are Meredith Fordney and Christy Baxter. So that gives me a good idea of who I would need to reach out to via workshops to get on the radar for these shows. So this is my target list. I've picked some head casting directors and some associates that I think I might be able to find in workshops. And now we're going to go to the Workshop Guru and see where we can see them. So you're going to log in and then go to the workshop schedule page. I am in Los Angeles. I'm going to look at the Los Angeles workshop schedule. And I'm going to look at my first target list person, which is Kendra. So you can put in her name or part of her name and search name that way. So I can see that my next opportunity to meet Kendra is June 10th. At Actors Key, I can see her for $45. I can see her at the Actors Link for $50. If I don't really have any preferences in terms of my schedule, I can just choose based on the most affordable workshop. I see that I can see her at the Casting Network for just $30, so that's a great savings over the $50 workshop. I can also search by workshop type. So if you want to go to an agent or a manager workshop, you can search just the general list of casting, agent, or talent and manager workshops. I can search by studio. So say I don't care that Actors Key is a little more expensive. It's my favorite place to workshop and I want to go there. So I can look at all the workshops at Actors Key. I can also search by office. So if I know that I want to get in to meet somebody at Aisha Coley Casting, I can search and see if anybody at that office is going to be workshopping. And I can search by category. So say, for example, I only like going to single class workshops. I really don't like the intensive 4-week, 3-week workshops. So I can search that way. I find that the most effective way, though, and the most targeted way is to get to know and build a relationship with a specific person. So I'm going to search by person. The other option is you can search by day of the week. So say you work most weeknights, but you always have Wednesdays free. You can search Wednesday and see what casting directors and what workshops and what agents and managers are available. So let's go back to my target list. I see that I can see Kendra. Let's take a look at the following. So I want to meet Stacey Taylor Singerman. So enter part of her name and search, see what's going on there. Oh, so right now there are no workshops where Stacey is planning to appear. That's interesting. So one of the things you can do, rather than discard this person from your target list right away, you can take a look at our workshop history feature. This part of our schedule shows where casting directors have been over the last couple of years in workshops. And you can use this to tell whether a casting director just isn't doing workshops right now, or whether they just don't do workshops in general, or haven't in the recent past. So I can search Stacey's name here, but I can also just search and find Go Casting, which is her office, and I can see if anybody from this office does workshops. Click there and search. So it looks like as recently as May 14th, and it's June 4th now, Joanna Davis was at a workshop. Stacey was at a workshop last April. So it does look like the two associates in this office do workshops. They just don't have any on the schedule upcoming. So it's helpful for me to know that they're not on the schedule now, but that they are not opposed necessarily to doing workshops. It looks like... Oh, we can also meet Greg Orson at TVI. That was April of last year, so he definitely does not do them as frequently as the associates do. So great to know. Another thing that you can use to your advantage is our online workshop schedule. So a lot of workshop companies, and there are some workshop companies that are specifically doing workshops online, will allow you to upload a videotape scene or a portion of your demo reel, and casting and agents will give you feedback on that piece of video. So that's another great way to meet people and not even have to use any guests. So I can find everyone on my target list and choose workshops that are in my budget and that fit my particular schedule at the time. So definitely take advantage of this feature. We will be talking about how to take your research to the next level in our next video by using the reviews on our site. Thank you so much for joining us. See you soon.